Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me Matt here, and today I'm sharing another dream story since you guys really seem to like these. This time it's a lucid dream story, and I'm going to pull up my phone and read you the entry. This one's titled Finding the Church Beyond the Water. I was hovering over the flood park in my old town that I always called the water. Basically, when I was a little kid, I used to go on walks with my dog and my dad there, and I just called the place the water, so that became the name of the flood park to me from that point on. Except it was all sand dunes now. So yeah, I was like hovering over it, flying over it, and it was all like sand dune instead of basically grass and lake. At this point it was still hypnagogic imagery. You see, this dream happened while performing Wild, except as I was performing it, I'd kind of like partly fallen unconscious, so I was having this hypnagogic imagery, but I'd forgotten that I was performing Wild, and so I wasn't yet aware at this stage. Whereas normally when I perform Wild, I will remain aware throughout the whole process. Occasionally you do get this happening where you actually slip into like being in hypnagogia, but you've already forgotten that you're trying to get lucid, so you're just watching the images and stuff. So I flew over it and I went further, and the area that used to be farmland, there was basically some farmland behind this area, was actually some mountainous lush terrain with a great big rising river coursing through it. And it was at this point that, I became aware again. I realised what I was doing, I realised I was doing Wild, and that I was in a dream and lucid. And I continued on, I continued flying, and I found this big sunny field that looked beautiful. I began to walk through it, and I came across an old abandoned church. And it looked almost like it had been burnt out or burnt down. But, there was still enough of it left there for me to tell it was a church and everything. It wasn't completely ruined, but, it was a little bit ruined, if that makes sense. Somehow just seeing it made me feel very nervous. But I'm unsure if it was fear or excitement. It just felt like this building was extremely important, like extremely, extremely important. There was a symbol on it that looked sort of like an Ankh, but compressed. So there was like a circle at the top, and then there was a little cross under it. But it was like, not like full length, it was like a little short one. I wanted to enter the church and look inside, but it was like I couldn't move towards it, only around it in circles. This is really weird because I can move around completely freely in the dream, but anytime I tried to move towards the church, it was like there was just this barrier that was in the way of it. And it was really interesting because I was trying my dream control and everything, and it was failing me. So now I got really curious, because naturally that's what happens to me when I can't get in an area in a lucid dream, or my dream control is failing me. Then I'm more determined than ever to try and make it work. So I decided to walk around it and look for another entrance. Maybe I'm just not able to enter that entrance, but once I see another one, I'll slip out of that, inability to access it, and I'll be able to go in. Now when I reached the other side, I saw a middle-aged / older man with grey hair, probably in his 50s, wearing glasses. He seemed like the caretaker of this place, and I asked him about the church and if I could go inside and look around. This was my attempt at dream control again here. I figured that, hey, if he's the caretaker and he says that I can go in, then my dream will start believing that I can go in, and I won't have that kind of barrier in the way. Now he just smiled, he just kept smiling, and then he walked off. He didn't answer me at all. So I again tried to enter the church, but again simply found that what happened is I would try to go towards it, and it was like I just got diverted. I would just go round it. Like, it didn't matter what direction I tried to move in, I would just go round the church. And so I was just doing like loops around it. And as I was doing these loops, I got back to the front of the church again, and I could see inside the doorway, which was, just open because, like I said, it was like it was burnt out or something. And inside, the man was there walking around, which obviously didn't make sense since he was on the other side of the church, just a few seconds ago. And I remember he just gave me a look, and then I woke up. Now, I really enjoyed this dream because it was really interesting how my dream control was failing me in this one particular way. You'll notice that sometimes. You'll get times where you try to do something in a dream and it just doesn't work the way that you think it would. Basically, what's usually happened is, for whatever reason, your subconscious believes in this circumstance that you shouldn't be able to use this ability. So it's like when you're a beginner and struggling to fly because you don't really believe that you can fly. I also found it cool because the imagery in this dream was just astonishing. It was really, really clear, and just the terrain around when I was flying was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And then this church, the ruins of this church just looked so mysterious, and that like Ankh cross thing was interesting. And this felt like one of these dreams that I really want to go back to next time I do DEILD and try and explore it some more. Now, if you're learning to lucid dream and you haven't checked it out yet, you better check out the Lucid Dream book. The Lucid Dream book is my complete guide to lucid dreaming. On screen right now you can see chapter outlines for everything that you can find inside the book. Now if you want to get your hands on it, you can go to gum.co/theluciddreambook. That's gum.co/theluciddreambook, or you can go to the link in the top right hand corner or down in the description below. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon and selecting all if you want to stay up to date. And if you want to keep watching, check out one of those videos on screen, go watch that, and I'll see you there soon. Take care.